Hello, this is Ayako Sekiguchi from Wellness Kitchen. This time we'll be preventing summer fatigue and boosting immunity. I'll introduce 2 types of make-ahead dishes for breakfast. The key points are high protein and high antioxidants. By having them in the morning, you'll feel less tired and enjoy many beauty benefits. Preparing in advance will greatly help on busy mornings. They're also useful as side dishes for lunchboxes or dinner, so please watch until the end. There are 3 points you should especially keep in mind during the hot season. First, keeping your gut healthy is directly linked to your immune system, since about 70% of your body's immune cells are in your gut. So try to eat plenty of fiber and fermented foods. Second, have protein in the morning. Eating protein in the morning helps regulate your body clock, balances your autonomic nervous system, which can easily get disrupted by the heat, raises your body temperature, boosts your immunity, and helps prevent fatigue. Third, make sure to get plenty of antioxidants. Antioxidants help remove active oxygen, which is a cause of fatigue and damage from ultraviolet rays, and prevent a decrease in immunity. By keeping these 3 points in mind, you can support your immune system with antioxidants. Combine foods rich in vitamins A and C, use plenty of summer vegetables, and make sure to include lots of protein. I'll be making some make-ahead recipes. Let's prepare 2 make-ahead dishes to boost your immunity. First, let's start with the first dish. It's a tomato stew with summer vegetables and ground chicken. It contains a lot of antioxidants. With just summer vegetables and ground chicken breast, you can make this dish easily without much effort. It's a make-ahead dish that can also be the main course.
I think it also goes well with a Western-style breakfast.
For the ingredients, please prepare your favorite vegetables like eggplant, bell peppers, zucchini, bitter melon, or green peppers, and you will need ground chicken. I'm using ground chicken breast here. You'll also need canned tomatoes, miso, garlic, olive oil, and salt and pepper. The key point of this dish is that it uses plenty of summer vegetables, and their skins are rich in antioxidants that help protect your body from ultraviolet rays. Chicken breast is low-fat and protein-rich. Chicken breast is rich in a type of amino acid called imidapeptide, which has strong antioxidant properties and helps with recovery from fatigue. Even with chicken, I recommend using breast meat. Ground meat is convenient as it doesn't require cutting and tends to be less dry, making it easy to use. The dish is mostly vegetables as well. Please prepare about 700 grams. I have washed them thoroughly. Now, let's cut them into bite-sized pieces. For the stems, please peel off the skin by twisting it around. The thorns can be quite sharp and dangerous, so please be careful. Yes, the vegetables tend to get pretty soft. It's fine to cut them into larger pieces. I've cut them into fairly big bite-sized chunks. This time, I'd like to use zucchini. Using bitter melon is actually surprisingly delicious too. There's no particular rule for how to cut them. I personally like my vegetables chunky, so I'll go with thick half-moon slices. Zucchini might seem like it doesn't have much nutrition, but the skin actually contains plenty of antioxidants. Alright, and then, this is bell pepper. Bell peppers are also a treasure trove of vitamin C and beta-carotene. Among vegetables, bell peppers have an especially high amount of vitamin C. This time, I'm going to use a generous amount of bell peppers. I've prepared 2 colors. You can freely choose the combination of vegetables. Please use whatever vegetables you have in your refrigerator. That's perfectly fine too. I've cut the vegetables into bite-sized pieces. Next is the garlic. Cut the garlic in half and chop it up roughly. It's a bit rough, but it should look something like this. That's all we need to prepare. Put the pot on medium heat. Add a suitable amount of olive oil. Since we have plenty of vegetables today, add a little more oil than usual. I've already chopped them. Start by sautéing the garlic. This is ground chicken breast. Since you don't have to cut it, it's really convenient, isn't it? Yes, it's minced. it's okay if it's a little chunky. Chunks are delicious as they are. So next, let's add the vegetables and stir fry them. It's totally fine to add a lot like this. Add all the vegetables at once. It's good to use a large pot. Since this is for meal prep, I'm making a larger amount today. These are canned tomatoes. They're already cut, so you can use them as they are, which makes it really easy. Processed tomatoes actually contain much more lycopene and beta-carotene than fresh ones, so keeping processed tomatoes on hand is a convenient option. I think it's helpful for getting antioxidants. And then I'll use miso, a fermented seasoning. I'll add the miso as well, just roughly. I'll spread it out like this, scattering it so it covers everything. I'll adjust the flavor later with salt and pepper after tasting, so for now, this is fine. After adding the miso, I'll lower the heat and let it simmer like this. From here, I'll lower the heat a bit and let it simmer gently for about 20 minutes. Please stir it occasionally and check on it. It's been about 10 minutes, so let's take a look at how it's doing. The vegetables have become nice and tender. The miso is now in a state where it will dissolve easily, so I'll give everything a good stir. There's plenty of liquid from the tomatoes and vegetables, so it doesn't look like we need to add any extra water. But if it seems like it's starting to stick or burn, please add a little water to adjust. This time, we're really keeping things simple. We're only using miso as the seasoning, but the flavors from the fermented foods and ground chicken should make it delicious enough. At this point, everything is already cooked through, but I'd like the vegetables to become a bit more tender, so I'll let it simmer on low heat for about 70 to 80% of the way. Now, let's take a look. The vegetables are nice and tender, and it looks delicious. Please go ahead and taste it here. If you feel like it needs a little more flavor, adjust with some salt and pepper. The miso is doing a really good job and it's already very delicious, but you can add some salt and pepper if you like. At the end, add a little more to adjust the taste. You can get plenty of vegetables and protein together, so it's a very well-balanced dish. This time, I recommend making it ahead of time and having it for breakfast. I hope it helps boost your immunity. This immunity-boosting menu can be prepared ahead and enjoyed anytime, morning, noon, or night. You can use it for all sorts of things, right? Next, we'll make the second dish, tofu with maitake mushrooms and komatsuna to boost immunity.
It's rich in essential vitamins and dietary fiber for improving health.
I combined maitake mushrooms with a good amount of protein and komatsuna, which is rich in calcium for bone health. This dish is perfect for supplementing nutrients that are often lacking. I recommend it for a Japanese-style breakfast. The ingredients are tofu, fried tofu, maitake mushrooms, and komatsuna. You'll need miso, mirin, dashi powder, and rice oil. First, the tofu. Since it's easy to drain water and rich in protein, I recommend using firm tofu. We'll lightly drain it, so wrap it in a paper towel like this and set it aside. Now, let's start cutting the vegetables. The komatsuna has been washed well. Cut it into bite-sized pieces about 3 to 4 centimeters wide. Komatsuna is one of the vegetables that's especially rich in calcium. It's also rich in the antioxidant beta-carotene. And then there's maitake. Among mushrooms, maitake stands out for having the most vitamins. Cut it into small, easy-to-eat pieces. Some parts can crumble easily, but the base is quite thick, so you need to cut it into smaller pieces like this. And then, next is aburage. If you lightly press out the excess oil with a paper towel before using it, it will be even healthier. This time, I'm using both tofu and aburage, but the aburage adds a meat-like texture and makes a nice accent. You can use just tofu if you prefer, but using both gives the dish a more satisfying finish. That's all for the preparation. Heat a frying pan over medium heat and add a suitable amount of rice oil. start by stir-frying the vegetables first. These are komatsuna and maitake mushrooms. This is tofu that I wrapped in a paper towel and let drain lightly. I'm going to tear it up by hand. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is average. As you stir-fry everything, break up the tofu into small pieces. Now that everything is mixed together, I'll start seasoning it here. This time, I'll use miso again and also mirin in the same amount as the miso. This is also a fermented seasoning. And this is dashi powder. This one is made only from the ingredients themselves. It's a straightforward dashi, blended just as it is with bonito, kelp, mushrooms, and onion skins. Since the ingredients are made into a fine powder, they naturally dissolve just like this. I'll list the products in the description box, so please be sure to check them out. This is a very healthy dish that lets you enjoy the natural umami flavors. Turn off the heat! A make-ahead recipe to boost your immunity during the summer. Really? Just adding this to your breakfast gives you a well-balanced meal and helps you recharge your energy in the morning. Now I'd like to tell you about the taste. This is a tomato stew with summer veggies and ground chicken. For this too, you just put everything in and leave it alone, so it's really easy. With tomatoes, miso goes really well with it. The seasoning is simple, but the flavors from the vegetables and ground meat come out, and it's really delicious. If you could eat something like this in the morning, it would make you feel a little happy. Alright, let's move on. Scrambled tofu with maitake mushrooms and komatsuna greens. This one too. It's also seasoned with miso, and it's really good. It has a rich flavor, and the maitake mushrooms have a pleasant, slightly crunchy texture. The texture and the crispness of the komatsuna make this a very satisfying dish. Even though I just added it to some rice and a side, it's already a well-balanced breakfast. It might seem like a lot to make all this in the morning, but if you prepare it in advance, you just have to add it to your meal and you'll have a perfectly balanced breakfast. Please give it a try. This time, the theme was boosting immunity during the summer. I introduced some make-ahead dishes that are great for breakfast. Since cooking in the morning can be tough, make use of these prepared dishes. It would be wonderful to start your day feeling energized. Finally, here's a summary. Take care of your health during the summer. There are 3 key points. First, having protein in the morning helps prevent fatigue and supports building a healthy body. Second, actively eat foods rich in antioxidants. Third, to boost your immune system, try to include foods high in dietary fiber and fermented foods. Please try the recipes I introduced as well. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope to see you again in another video. Thank you for watching.